Hello, everyone, and welcome to the OddWad Podcast, OddWadPod, with Dom and Kyle. This time, actually with Kyle.
With me, guys. I'm back. I'm alive.
Mason finally beat Kyle. Or Kyle finally beat Mason.
I finally beat him because he always beats me.
Well, you guys were tied there for a minute.
We were, and then I won. I always win.
And then you won. So, today, let me just set the scene for you guys. It is 9:45 on October 23rd, so that means this is not coming out October 24th. And we just got back from a screening of Black Adam.
Boy.
It's a movie.
It has performances.
There are actors.
There is a script.
And some words are said.
Words are said.
We're going to kind of we're going to give our review of Black Adam.
Yeah, spoiler review for sure.
We'll try to do a brief non-spoiler, and then, well, if you can hear that,
that hasn't been cut out.
Once again, we are at my godparents' house. Thank you for letting me use the space. I'm gonna let the dog in.
Since this part will be cut, I am going to say every bad word known to man.
It's not like this podcast isn't already explicit or whatever the code is.
Falafel. Banger.
It's gonna want to be let out again, I assume.
Poop cup.
All right.
Shart.
So, since I'm gonna leave that in now.
Just that.
So I guess it's a good point to say this is a non-professional podcast. If you hear sniffing, scratching, it's the dogs
and us.
And us. Yeah, we're really itchy right now after seeing Black Adam.
Yeah, just lots of fleas in the movie theater because that was the only.
Because the people there are a little sketchy.
A little sketchy.
Us included.
Yeah.
All right. I know your life update is going to be much more thrilling than mine.
So you go first.
So I'll go first. I'll start off with my most exciting piece of news since I'm just to try to one-up you.
It's not a competition.
Says who? I put money down on a car.
Ooh.
Oh God, it's my first big purchase ever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like multi-$1,000 purchase.
Oh, multi-$1,000 purchase. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, I'm about to put $16,000 down on a car. I know.
Big boy money. Spend.
I didn't go to college, so I have never been in debt.
Right.
So it's just like having all this money and then losing it is just something that's very scary.
Yeah, but we work at a job that won't let us leave ever. So
no, they'll just shift us around to different departments, which I guess brings me to my second point. I'm going full time. My first schedule has been listed. The garden department kill me, end my life, end my suffering.
Dude, you're gonna be in garden?
Unfortunately.
That's awesome.
Garden sucks.
Indoor or outdoor? Or is it just both at this point?
It's just both. Okay. But I know I'm gonna be outdoors because our managers hate us.
Yeah. No, it's because you can run the lift. They were like, oh, we'll just put you.
Well, I haven't been trained on the one that actually matters, so joke's on them. Oh, God, my notes are so depressing.
Stop.
This is a disclaimer. This is not a cry for help. I feel so lonely.
Bro, I'm right here.
I know you are, and I text you a lot.
You were with Mason last week.
I was with Mason last week.
Our first podcast, we talked about all of our friends.
I know, which is very. That's why I feel shitty saying I'm lonely. Because I'm not, really. There are more lonely people in this world. I get that.
But Dominic just stays awake at night.
I think so much about my regrets. I will read verbatim what I have in my notes.
Oh, God.
I'm a pro at fumbling the bag. If there's an opportunity for me to fumble, I fumble bad.
That's why we love Spider-Man, because he really
because that's what he does.
That's what he does best, is fumble the bag.
With life, with his personal life, with the ladies,
with his jobs, with literally everything.
Everything he does, but he gets back up. That's why I'm wearing my Spider-Man hoodie.
You got it. You got your trophy on your chest. You gotta follow it.
And I guess my last update before we go into Kyle's big adventure of the week. We might be doing a theme song. Well, I guess we are doing a theme song.
We are doing a theme song.
You're not gonna hear it this week.
No.
Probably not next week.
No. Sometime.
We'll make it.
We gotta figure out where we want to record it.
Oh, it doesn't matter where we record. I'm just recording it in my room. Because listening to last week's podcast compared to the podcast 2 weeks ago,
yeah,
it's very echoey.
Yeah.
Like when I cut everything together,
mm-hmm.
At least last week, it was like I had to cut all of your microphone / what Mason was saying
mm-hmm.
while I was talking, because you can just like hear the echo. And when I talk, it's very crisp.
It's so crisp. Yeah.
Granted, when you talk, it's very crisp, but like I can like hear myself in your microphone, which is like, I don't know how to avoid that necessarily.
We're just fucking noobs, okay?
We don't know how to do this.
We're trying our best.
But yeah, think Dolly Parton's 9 to 5.
Yep. That was pretty much the inspiration.
That's the inspiration, because guess what we're gonna fucking work 9 to 5.
No, literally.
What a way to make a living. And on that note, Kyle, let me just sit back and have you explain what your major life adventure was. No, I'll interact. Kyle, what did you? Where were you the last week? Why weren't you on last week's podcast?
I was gone.
You left the planet.
I ascended. I simply just ascended, and now I'm back, and I'm here to bless you all with my voice. No, I went on a big trip. It was I'm basically calling it my my graduation trip. I gave it to myself as a little treat, a very expensive little treat, but it's fine. I think I'll recover.
He thinks.
Well, but I went to Maine with my girlfriend, and we had a very fun time. We went to Acadia National Park. That was like the main thing. No pun intended. Also take a shot every time I say Maine. Oh. Yeah, no.
I've been hearing about it for the last 5 months. God, no, I'm fine.
We planned it in September. I don't know what you're talking about.
You've just been having subconscious thoughts about Maine.
Right.
You're just like, hey, Dominic, how are you? Maine.
Maine. Yeah.
What was I talking about?
Whoa.
I don't know where I went.
But no, we went to Acadia National Park. It was gorgeous. I mean, literally gorgeous. We went, we made an effort to go in the fall because, if you don't know, Maine is part of the New England states, kind of by New York, Massachusetts.
I didn't even think about like the trees, dude.
The tree? No, that was our main thing.
Oh.
Main thing. God damn, dude, it's gonna frustrate me.
Maine with not with an E.
But we wanted to go when the trees were changing colors because we knew that's all we were gonna see was basically trees for miles and miles, and it was awesome. The second we like really pulled in, we were 30 minutes away from Bar Harbor when we made our first stop, which was at this really awesome antique store. It was 3 stories.
What?
Dude, they had a first issue of like a Spider-Man comic on display. They had, for those of you who don't know, Stephen King grew up in Maine.
That's where like the It books take place.
That's where most of his books take place, and so every little store that sells books has like their own little Stephen King dedicated section.
That's cute.
But yeah, they had signed Stephen King books. For any of those of you who read the Bone books growing up, I was able to find them all in color, every single volume. They don't print colored copies anymore. They're very hard to find.
Wow. You
can only get like the complete series in black and white, or you have to pay scalper price for
like $1 billion.
But I got each and every single one of them for $7.
$7?
Yes.
I haven't read them like how many books are there?
There are 9 books in total of the original series, and then they have a couple spin-offs from that. But the author is very particular of leaving things where they were. So a lot of them are like prequel books or just like more cartoony adventures. Because the Bone series starts off kind of simple and then like kind of just gets more and more dark as it goes on with light humor things. But I was very excited to find that there. But we, for those of you who don't know, Maine is the lobster city. It is lobster and blueberry central.
It's like blueberries.
Yeah, dude, they have one of my favorite things. If you're in Maine, you have to try the blueberry soda. Kind of like how Michigan has Faygo, they have specialty blueberry soda.
I thought you were gonna say like pickle soda.
Yeah, Maine for their pickle soda. Absolutely delicious. Not even soda. It is just pickle juice in a soda pop like bottle.
in a can.
They got dill. They got bread and butter. They got it all. But the blueberry soda was fantastic. We stayed at a very cheap motel in Bar Harbor for a bit. But my favorite thing about Acadia is I really love climbing. I love jumping. I love big monuments. When I was in high school, I used to think I was super cool for climbing up schools.
You were.
I was.
I can attest to that. I remember one guy's night. We went to an elementary school. I don't know which elementary school we went to.
Yeah.
But it was very late at night. I have the videos. That was like the first time. That was right around when we invented fuckwads. But
yeah.
We went to just like an elementary school, and we just tried to find a way to get on top of the roof, because it was you, me, Jay, and Dayton, I believe.
Oh, which school was it?
I don't even know.
I think it was it like across from. We're not gonna figure out.
But I just remember you like climbing all over that school, trying to find a way to get up, and also like we found a tree that we got on top of.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I do remember that.
Yep.
I do now that you brought up the tree.
Yeah, the tree's mostly what it was, but yeah, you were a climber.
I was a climber. No, and it was so fun because I never went to a national park before. This was my first national park,
really?
And it's got everything, dude. It's right on the ocean. There's a huge mountain that you can literally climb, and then just trees everywhere with like beautiful like just wildlife and everything.
When I get my car, I gotta take you up to my family calls it the Amish store.
Oh, the Amish store. Okay.
Right. Yeah, because there's a million of those in Michigan.
Yeah.
But it's like an hour north.
Okay.
And like across from there's like a national park-ish. Like there's this trail that has Native American handprints, and it's like a site where Native Americans live, but then also where loggers were, like when they were doing that in like the 1800s. And it's just like a really cool, like, basically you walk through the woods in like this giant circle, and you like cross a bridge, and it's like it's very rocky.
That's so sick,
dude. It's sexy.
I love that.
And then we can go to the Amish store and get like fucking
we can get chairs, dude.
Dude,
we can get benches,
dude. They do woodworking. They do amazing jerky. I got this jerky there. It was like smoked.
I bet it's probably more affordable than fucking real jerky is. Like,
probably.
No, I'm not even kidding. Jerky's like $15 to like $10 a bag.
It's gross. It's disgusting.
And it's like, and you get like 4 pieces of jerky, and it's like, why am I paying this? I can literally go get a hamburger right now for less money. And you're gonna charge me for
like 5 pieces.
for 5 pieces of jerky.
But yeah, man, I'm surprised you only have been to that one like national park. Like,
yeah,
there's a couple in Michigan.
I know there's like state parks. I don't know if we have a national park.
I mean, they're in the nation.
Any park is a national park if it's in the nation.
Dodge Park, that's a national park.
No,
it's in the nation.
No, it's not.
I biked down that national park.
Oh my god. No, but like I really feel envious for anybody who just lives by a national park and can just like go there on their free time. Especially like I was glad that we went in the fall because it was a lot cooler. Apparently in the summer they get over to like 2 million people like a year in the summer that like go out and like go to the national park and like stay in Bar Harbor, which is crazy because it's not like Bar Harbor is not big. And Acadia, we went and there was still a long line of cars, like not too bad. We definitely made it, like it was definitely manageable, but there was still like lines to like go on trails and stuff. And we're in the fall. I can't imagine how busy it's gonna be like in the summer when people are bringing their families and stuff.
I can imagine people kind of think how you think, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be beautiful because all the trees and the leaves are
exactly.
So I can see that. I don't think there really is a light season.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe winter.
There wasn't too many like families. It was a lot of like couples or like friend groups that are like definitely like out of college right now and like are just kind of doing stuff. So it was like really cool people. Like we did Sam and I did the hardest trails. We did Precipice, which was literally climbing up the side of a mountain. You have nothing but rebar to hold on to. It's so gorgeous because the higher you get up, you just see the ocean and just so many. I felt like I was inside of a Bob Ross painting. The entire trip, I just felt like I was in a Bob Ross painting.
Some of your like Snapchat stories, I was just like, wow.
Dude, I felt so cool. I was like, oh, I'm in a cool place. I'm actually doing something, dudes. Like, look at me right now. Just living life, being free, brother. My favorite, but Sam and I agreed our favorite part wasn't even the mountains, although the mountain trails were very sick. Our favorite part was Otter Cliff. Otter Cliff is basically a bunch of huge, jagged rocks right along the shoreline, very high up. If you were to fall off of them, you would just fall into a rocky shore.
Oh my god.
And we were like, let's climb up and down those.
You guys have the biggest balls of all time.
I don't know. I mean, we were kind of the only people doing it. Like it was like us and then like maybe like 2 or 3 other people, and then like everybody else was just kind of like looking at the rocky shore from a safe spot. But I don't know. I kind of felt like Spider-Man because you just are like you have to use gravity as your bestie in order to not like slip and fall, and you're just kind of crawling everywhere, and then you stand up where it's leveled enough to not like be on an angle. And it was just so much fun. We spent a lot of time in Acadia, and Otter Cliff was our favorite. We spent like the second half in it was Bar Harbor, and then it was Portland, Maine. And we had a nice motel right on the beach.
Oh, so, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was too cold to go swimming,
yeah,
but we ended up just like walking on the beach. And at night, like the ocean, it goes on forever. So it just like at night, it just looks like it's like blending in with the sky.
You did the dating app thing
where
you took long walks on the beach.
Literally, took some long walks on the beach. It was great, and then Portland was interesting. It was just a cute little city, very weed friendly. But I also spent like $30 on edibles, and for those of you who don't buy weed, it's like usually $10 or $12 a bag in Michigan.
So there's a reason why it's that bougie.
Yeah.
But I went to like the most expensive dispensary.
Yeah. Well, I also got blueberry because like which is like their whole specialty.
We got pickle juice.
What is with you and pickle juice? The only one who makes pickle juice is literally your mom.
This is true. It's in my room.
He just won't let me have the pickles, no matter how many times
I've never
ask.
let any of you have the pickles.
One last main fact: I had a lobster roll because they're known. They have so like all Maine is known for is just lobster.
That's
And so I had a lobster roll, and it was delicious. And then I also had all of New England is famous for their donuts. Like every New England state has their own type of donuts and everything. Donuts. And in Maine, they have potato donuts.
Why would you eat that? Why would you eat that? Like pickle juice. Why would you drink that? Why would you eat a potato donut?
It was delicious. Okay, it's still.
I'm gonna eat this potato donut and then wash it down with some pickle juice.
I feel like this is just one big ad to drink pickle juice at this point. And don't worry, I know I talked enough about Maine.
No, I was not checking my phone. I'm checking my time to be like,
damn, like shut the fuck up with this.
Dude, we've been going for 52 minutes.
Well, I haven't even talked about this this sunset tour, boat tour that I went on, or the other.
Did you really go on?
I did actually. It was cold and rainy that day, but you know, you're there. You're just there to be there.
Did you get to see the sunset?
We did. We kind of like followed the sun. Like the clouds were kind of hiding it, but we did indeed see the sunset, and it was very beautiful. But I would go back to Maine. I would go back to Acadia, especially. Portland was nice, and they had some like cool stores. But I just felt like Bar Harbor and Acadia is the place to be. I wish I could have gone on like every hiking trail, but it definitely awoke something in me. Like I was like, I want to go to more national parks.
Kyle's woke.
I'm woke. And I want to just kind of climb some more mountains. Also, I want to just make more friends with people who hike. Everybody that we ran into on the trail was just really, really cool. Like probably like just the friendliest, most like casual people. I feel like you have to be like a personable person to hike. And
I can hook you up with someone who hikes. I know a person who hikes.
Who hikes?
My mom.
Really?
Yeah, she loves to hike.
Good.
Dude, and she has like her internet friends that she hikes with. So.
Oh my god, dude! I'm gonna hike with your mom, bro.
Dude, so the week you weren't here, the week we recorded with Mason, and the week I was supposed to go on my film thing. Also, the director that I previously did my first big short film, she's doing another thing, so hopefully I can get cast in that. Please. I need work. My mom went on a hiking trip up right where like is the Ambassador Bridge the one that goes to the Upper Peninsula? She went hiking just to the west of that, and she sent some really beautiful pictures, and I'm like, oh, that's good for you, but I am not a good hiker.
Was she in the UP, or was she just like right on the top of the Mitten?
She was like right on the top of the Mitten. Like,
yeah, there's some pretty nice places there.
Yeah, but it got a little rainy, and her hiking partner wanted to go home, so yeah. But I'm not saying you should hook up with my mom, but I just think whoa, hey, let me rephrase that. I don't think you should go hiking with my mother. Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna offer your mom some pickle juice.
Pickle juice and a potato donut.
It's such a good combo. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that was my vacation. The only other life update I really have is that I might also maybe be working as a full-time employee at our job.
Yeah.
We don't know. I just checked my schedule and they put me for electrical, and Dominic was so nice to enlighten me that they fired the opener.
Hilarious.
For electrical, and I did ask to be a full-time opener, and I did request electrical.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, I kind of told them like the departments I would feel comfortable with, which was like paint, flooring, and electrical. And I told them no plumbing. I told them no...
Plumbing sucks.
Plumbing sucks. I told them no lumber, and I said I was iffy on garden.
Oh, yeah. I was in lumber. Hold on. I was in lumber on Monday and Tuesday.
They didn't like you.
Did they? Really?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you weren't fucking here. It's the weirdest department. Because on Monday, that was my first day in lumber.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to say, stupid decision to put me alone on my first day.
That's just literally what they're gonna do. That's good. I know they're gonna do that with me in electrical. I know that they're gonna do that with you. Like anyone.
There was a 30-minute period where I had like just the opener where he was still there and like showing me stuff, but like the second half I was alone. We had 3 trucks that I had to unload.
Oh.
According to the supervisor of that department, that never happens.
Oh
my God. Are you shitting me? Of course that happens when I'm there. Oh my God, dude. That pissed me off.
Of course.
And then when we were unloading the lumber truck, two of the plywood sheets came undone and slid under the truck.
Dude.
We almost wrecked that guy's truck. I felt so bad. But
that's so scary.
It's so fucking scary because I'm like, am I going to get fired?
No, literally. I could not work in lumber. It's the loud saws, the having to know exactly what people want when they ask for like certain measurements. It's just not for me.
Besides that truck, that was the quietest department I have ever seen. I have ever been in. If you're my employer, don't listen to this. I took like at least an hour break.
Really?
Like not lunch.
Yeah, right.
30 minutes plus an hour. Like that department is a ghost town.
Really?
Dude, like there's nobody there. Like you do returns and then like besides that there's nothing. Like yeah, I could have brought down pallets, but I was also alone, so like I can't really do that. So it was just like yeah, there's nothing there. Like, you have to give yourself busy work. The supervisor gave me some bitch work to do, and I was like, fine, I'll do it. And I finished it, like, within the first half of my shift, and I was really like, I have nothing left
I always
to do.
assume that that's, like, a busy one just because, like, so many people come in for wood. I cash them out, and they have so many fucking things of wood.
I will say getting the exact measurement that they want is a little frustrating just because, like, if you cut a piece of wood is really heavy, so you have to like go back to
Right.
You have to go find where they got it from, bring it back to the saw, and then cut it into the exact measurement. No. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
I literally rather choke.
So, as a common thread, just as always, the customers make the department shitty.
Yeah. No, honestly,
that's just with a store.
That's the only thing I really don't like about like our job is just the specific type of customers that come into a hardware store are just so picky and entitled and annoying or stupid.
Fuck
or they
them.
think
I'll just
you're
say it.
stupid.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
In the ass.
We're getting fired.
It's not like any of our employers that are going to listen to this.
I'd like to preface that everything we say about our job is a joke and our opinion.
No, it's not our opinion. It's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
This is all a joke. If you're listening to this, we don't speak for the brand or the company.
We do not speak for the brand or the company.
We are just joking 100% of the time.
Ha 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 ha.
It's a funny joke. See, I know you think it's funny. That's why we're saying it, because we want you to laugh. That's what this is about. Laughing.
Exactly.
We're just putting on personas. This isn't us.
These are characters we came up with to express ourselves artistically on a podcast.
You think my real name is Dominic? That's a fucking stupid ass name. You think his name is Kyle? No. Literally, that's a Chad name. Chad is a name, but like Kyle is a Chad name.
Kyle. It's like Kyle, Chad, like Tyler or Justin.
Oh my god.
Those are fake names.
Those aren't. You think those people are real?
Sorry if your name is Tyler or Justin.
Not if your name's Chad or Jake. Fuck you. No, I know.
Fuck you.
I know. I know a Chad. He's cool.
I know a Jake who's pretty good too. So
I think I know a Jake.
You know what?
Everyone with those names, you're cool people.
You're
everyone who listens to this is cool. So if you're listening to this, in general, no matter what your name is.
Let's name out some people that we know listen to the podcast.
Do I have to fucking bleep all these people out? I'm gonna bleep all these people out. It's gonna be hilarious.
Well, or
Haley Rivard for one episode. I won't bleep out that one.
Yeah. Us. Me
and you, not Mason. Mason listened to the first episode, didn't listen to the ones that he's on. Hasn't even promoted it yet. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling you out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn.
He said he was. I know he's busy with his theater thing. You should go see She Kills Monsters at University.
I got my tickets, so.
When are you going?
Oh, wait, no, maybe I don't actually have my tickets. I actually got to check my schedule so I can see it.
I need to make my ticket. I need to grab my tickets. Hopefully, I should have my car by Thursday so I can go.
Yay!
But I also, that's pretty much exactly when my full time starts, so maybe I won't be able to go. Who knows?
Well, we'll see.
I'll find time. But yeah. So now comes the topic of the actual podcast.
This is why you clicked on this video. You know what this is about.
This is an audio format.
You know what?
I know what you mean. I'm sorry. I'm just calling you out. Yes, we're going to give our review on Black Adam. First, we're going to do non-spoilers,
Okay.
very briefly.
Okay, yeah.
And then spoilers. So, Kyle, what the fuck was the story?
This is the Black Adam movie. You know, it's the Black Adam origin story.
The household name of Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam. You know, everybody's favorite anti-hero? Question mark?
They say hero a lot in this movie.
They say a lot of
and how much he isn't.
Yeah, and there are one-liners in this film. There are one-liners for days.
If you know The Rock, you know there's gonna be one-liners.
But I think this takes the cake for most. Well, you know what? He was in Fast and Furious, so I don't know if any movie will have as many one-liners as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of about how. I just want to say The Rock. Like, I don't even want to say. It's about how The Rock overcame slavery.
Kinda
by getting superpowers.
So here, I'll kind of. I think what this movie was. This movie is about the guy named Black Adam, or Adam. What the fuck do they call him?
I would love if they just
called Adam.
I would love if they just called him Adam. Adam.
Yo, well, they do, because that's like his last name is Adam. It's like Blackagar Boltagon in fucking Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. It's Black Bolt or Black Adam. Like,
yeah. Yo, Adam, can you, dude, stop killing people, man.
Dude,
Adam.
But it's about this guy from ancient times who allegedly liberates a nation, and now he's brought back in modern times. And how does the world, or really how does this one city adapt to being with someone who is a savior again, I'd say.
Yeah, that is the best way of putting.
This really is a nothing movie.
I will forget this movie tomorrow.
Oh my god! As you can tell, we've already kind of forgotten this movie.
We
wrote down notes.
We wrote down notes because we knew we were gonna forget the film. The Justice Society is in it, and
I think they were really cool.
I thought they were pretty cool.
I don't think it made sense for them to call themselves the Justice Society.
Because they literally, like...
I think it should be called Hawkman and Friends.
Yeah, no, Hawkman, Dr. Fate know each other, and then everybody else is just kind of there, and they're
new. So
they're new.
Is this team like 2 people, and they just brought on 2 more people?
But it's with, you know, Amanda Waller kind of putting them together, but it's not a Suicide Squad.
Right.
So,
or maybe they're funded by her or something like that.
It didn't, like... The thing is I will say I liked them. I didn't think their chemistry with each other was awful. It's just off-putting because they're just randomly thrown into this movie to kind of help guide Black Adam into becoming a better person.
Yes, I'll say that's very true.
That's their only real like plot device for being. It's like it kind of reminded me of like Black Adam versus like he needed like people to punch that wouldn't just die. And so they were like, oh, let's get the Justice Society.
And even then, his power scales a lot in this movie. Like, there are points where he's like being beaten to shreds, but then there's also moments where he's like, oh, I can take a hit from every nuke in the fucking world and then live. And it's like, how do you scale that power? But it's confusing in that way. But besides that, this is a turn off your brain movie. This is definitely this is
popcorn action flick. I mean, for a popcorn action flick, you can have a good time.
Martin Scorsese was right. This is a roller coaster of a movie. Once again, we're proven right.
Oh my God, Martin Scorsese, he loves the DCEU.
Should we try to like find a way to rank movies like out of 10 or like?
Yeah,
or just be like out of 1 and 2. How do you rank this movie? Do you rate it a 1 or do you rate it a 2?
I see. We gotta have like our own special ranking system. You know, we could rank it like we rank pizza places.
Wait. You know my gimmick where it's like top 5 things. Yeah. Where would this rank in like the top 5 of movies? Would it rank like 5 or like 3?
1 being the best.
1 being the best, 5 being the worst.
Out of what are we comparing it to?
Just movies.
Just movies? I would probably put it as like a solid 8.
Okay. I don't think this is the best movie ever.
No.
I think I'd put it like 4 or 5.
I'll give it this. It was, this they really marketed this as like the super like new DC.
The hierarchy of the DC universe has changed forever.
Yeah.
Thank you, The Rock, for saying that.
Thanks, The Rock. You said words.
Dick the cock. Johnson.
It's crazy to me because The Rock was fan casted as Black Adam since like 2010, 2012.
He's been cast, not even fan. He's been casted as Black Adam. That's no joke.
Really?
Like, he's been under DC employment longer than fucking Henry Cavill and...
Really?
I know. I was shocked. I saw an article and I actually fucking read it. I know. I'm shocked myself.
Was it from The Onion?
No. But like there's also like this article that's going around, just like the headline where it's like in 2012, 2014 maybe.
Yeah.
Where it's like The Rock has been cast as Black Adam. And it's like he's been doing that for that long. Like, I think he had hair in the picture.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I saw that. I don't know how legit that is, but maybe.
But it
makes sense.
It's been talked about for like a long time. But yeah. It at least has been fan cast.
And now it's here. Now he's and let me tell you, he gives a performance.
This movie just confuses me more on what DC is actually planning for their movies.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, it's hard not to compare it to Marvel because they're also a superhero franchise that makes movies and is trying to build a universe. So
right.
It's confusing to me when Marvel goes, okay, let's do 3 superheroes and then let's do a big superhero team up.
Yeah. And
then let's just repeat that cycle. And then DC is just like, okay, let's do 1 movie, then a team up, then
a super team up,
then a bigger team up. Then we gather like all these characters, and it's like, okay, you haven't made the movie yet. Oh, and then let's do a villain group one, where the heroes aren't even established to have these villains.
There's no payoff. You know what I mean? It's...
Like, if you're going to do superheroes, unfortunately, if you want to make $1 million making superheroes, you have to do a cinematic universe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you just have to. Like, Joker can be disconnected, the Batman can be disconnected.
Right.
And they can be beautiful films. They can be great, amazing films. But if your goal is to make money, which Warner Brothers and Discovery, I think that's their fucking goal.
Yeah.
You have to do a cinematic universe, and you have to plan it out. And you can't have such a tight grip on things to the point where you restrict creative freedom and you make something so lifeless that it is just a paint-by-numbers superhero film like I think Black Adam is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, their whole, like, this is going to change everything, and it doesn't really change anything.
It doesn't do anything. Like, it introduces these characters. I think there's 2 characters that I think return from previous DC movies. If I think I'm correct in saying that.
Fuck.
We can talk about that later because some of that dips into spoilers.
Oh, okay.
After I'm done with this spiel, we can go into spoilers.
Okay, bet.
So there are 2 established superheroes, and it's like, or there are 2 established characters that come from previous movies, and that's fine, but they're also bringing in a bunch of new superheroes that are supposed to be established. And in this universe, in this movie, they're saying that they are established heroes with an established group.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Justice Society could have been the Justice League or set this movie at a much earlier date like have it be a prequel to the Justice League kind of thing. Like have it set in like 60s, 70s, 80s time period. Just so then you can have these established characters. You can have the Justice Society inspire the Justice League, which is what they do in the books, basically.
Right.
Green Lantern and the Flash are both inspired by the previous Green Lantern and Flash. So just do that, and then that's how you can change the hierarchy of the DC universe, because you do something different. You said it in the past. You establish firm ground. Like, you have Hawkman, you have Atom Smasher, you have Dr. Fate. These characters aren't going to inspire new heroes because new heroes aren't arriving now.
Right.
There is nothing new right now. It's just, this is supposed to be when everybody's coming up, but it isn't inspirational. It's just, oh, this is another supergroup.
And, like, again, like, they just kind of throw these characters together and they just kind of call themselves the Justice Society. And
it's 4 people.
It's
the Justice Society is like 10.
Right.
It's a big group.
and it's just like, I don't know. That was the main weird part of it. They didn't have bad chemistry. I just was like, I wish I cared more about you by, like, knowing more of, like, where you're coming from, like, why this all matters to you, what you're doing here, other than, all right, well, somebody told us to do this, so we're gonna go kick some ass, whatever.
I wish they wouldn't have called this the Justice Society, or I just thought of this, if they called this, like, a squad of the Justice Society.
Yeah.
Because you can't put, like, all 10 members of the Justice Society in this movie. I get that. 4 people makes a little bit more sense. Mm-hmm. Have this be, like, the mission for the newbies, and have 2 rookies and 2 already established heroes. Mm-hmm. That would have made more sense to me, at least, because it's like, okay, this is supposed to be just, like, a minor threat. Like, oh, we're just going in, and this is, like, kind of like your initiation. Mm-hmm. That would have made more sense. Where in this, it's just like they are recruited and they join along. It's confusing to me. But anyway, we've been talking about this for a little bit. I guess it's time to get into spoilers.
Spoilers.
Out of top 5, I'd say this is a good 4. Like, it's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie.
We need to really work on the logistics of this rating system.
Let's just do 5 stars out of 5. What would you give it out of 5 stars?
Out of 5 stars, I'd give it 3.
That's what I was gonna say. It's middle of the road.
Middle of the road. I was gonna say 2.5, and I was like, well, no, because there will definitely be movies I see in the future that are worse.
I have seen worse movies, and I have seen better movies.
I've definitely seen better movies, but honestly, I've like a lot of DC movies I do not like, and I liked this more than a lot of them. So.
Yeah, like here, this is a good example. So when we Kyle and I texted before seeing the movie, and we were like, out of the DC superhero movies, I think we like, or for me personally, I think I said
you said the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad at number 1, Wonder Woman at 2,
and then Shazam at 3. And then I would put this at 4. I'd put Black.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Black Adam's definitely at 4.
And like that's how I rate. And then all the other ones just don't exist.
Right.
All of the other movies I just hate.
And between the Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman, there's a little bit of a gap, but between Wonder Woman and Shazam, there's a big gap of quality.
Yeah.
I still like Shazam. I watched it last night. Great movie.
Yeah,
I think it's fun.
It's fun. Shazam 2.
It's another turn-off movie. Yeah. Out of all those movies, I feel like Black Adam and Shazam are very similar on quality level, which is funny because they're connected.
They're supposed to be connected. That's the one thing after this movie, with them being like arch nemesises in the comics, I don't see them really giving a shit about each other.
I don't think The Rock gives a shit about fighting Shazam.
I don't think he does either.
I think he gives a shit about saying, and now we're in spoiler territory. Fucking Superman. End credits of this movie. Henry Cavill looks beautiful by the way.
Dude, his suit was a lot more colorful, I felt like, too.
He looked vibrant.
Very vibrant, which I loved. This was the first note I put before the movie started, just because I wanted to talk about it. The Rock, at the end of the day, is a businessman.
Oh, yeah.
He does what he does because he because money. Like he wants to put on a show, and I respect him. I will say I respect his work ethic. It's unbeatable.
It's unmatched, dude.
It's unmatched. Whether you like his movies or not, you have to respect that he's a working man, and he knows how to kind of sell himself as a business, and he knows what's gonna sell. And I think it's very smart what he's doing of being like, you know what? As long as the DCEU is alive, they're always going to be able to fall back on me.
I think that's good.
And I think that's like that from him is really cool. And the fact that he's kind of trying to take over and kind of like be like this.
Put himself at the head.
At the head. Like he's like, okay, if Ben Affleck leaves, fine. If Henry Cavill leaves, I'll get him back. Like he's kind of playing some really interesting cards that I think are like, okay, well, if The Rock's running this place, I think he's gonna kind of like, he talked about it in an interview, and you'll probably be able to comment on this more, but he's like, I've been in wrestling, and he's like, I like to listen to the fans when it comes to stuff, which, with this movie, did he listen to the fans? I don't know.
Okay. I will say that some of these action sequences are fun. Like, they're very fun. This is a total, if you said if there's one thing about The Rock, he's a businessman. If there's another thing about The Rock, he's a fucking bro.
Oh, he's a bro.
Like he goes into movies being just like, I want some big fucking action, just dumb, big explosions. I just want to look the coolest, the dopest. I want to kill everyone. I want to be on fucking top. And that's, I don't want to say that's how he was in wrestling, but like he was like, I don't give a shit about anything. Fuck you. I'm also the people's champion. Fuck the authority. I'm awesome. I love you people, and you people love me. And that's exactly how he's approaching this film.
Right.
So it's what The Rock does good in this movie is dumb, turn off your brain action sequences.
Oh yeah. No, and dude, when he's whacking people around, it's fun. I'm like,
it doesn't always make sense, but it's fun.
He kind of reminded me of like how Homelander just gives no regard to or empathizes with anybody. Like he just knows that he's the most powerful. And I was just like, yeah, this is Black Adam. He just doesn't care. Like he's just doing his own thing.
See, Black Adam in the comics is supposed to care about Kahndaq, which is his fictional city that he was born in. That in this movie doesn't really happen until like the very end, and it's very sudden.
Yeah.
I will say one thing about this movie: everything happens really suddenly.
Oh yeah, no, things like the teaming up and going after him just coming out alive out of nowhere.
There isn't build up. It's just like boom, it happens. Boom, it happens.
Like the thing that caught me the most off guard, the part of the film where I checked my phone to see when it ended was when he just gives himself up to like be a prisoner. Like everything he had been talking about prior to that was I kneel for nobody.
Like he shows himself as just like, I am above everything else. I am mighty. I am powerful. And then he goes through the speech about how his son was originally Black Adam, and then his son gave him the Black Adam powers, gave The Rock Black Adam powers, and then he's like, okay, I surrender. And yeah, it's very sudden, right?
Yeah. I don't know. That like the build up just wasn't there. Things just kind of happened, and that was what made the movie, I think, the most forgettable. Like you have a character like Dr. Fate, and here's a huge spoiler: the fact that like they threw him into this Justice Society
and then fucking killed him.
Just fucking killed him. Absolutely. Like, and just it was so underwhelming. It was the most underwhelming thing. You got a big actor to play him.
That's probably the way that they got him, because when they approached him with this, they were probably like, okay, hey, we want this big actor to be in our big movie. And I feel like at the negotiating table, he's like, all right, I don't want to be in for the 12 movies that you're going to make. I want to be in one or two. And they're like, okay, we can do this one and we can kill you. Yeah. And he's like, sounds good to me. I think that's exactly what they
I definitely agree with you there. I think he was just like, dude, I was in the James Bond movies. I'm not doing that shit again.
I can't believe I'm still acting right
He's like, I just need a new boat. This is just my boat paycheck. And it's like, I just feel like like the actors played their characters pretty decently. Adam Smasher,
I don't like the actor, but I liked this performance.
Yeah, like it was okay.
It was fun.
You know, he kind of reminded me of how Spider-Man is.
Oh, he was definitely Spider-Man.
Oh,
That's exactly what he was.
Oh, I'm young. Oh man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
was that expensive? Oh, I knocked that down. Oh,
and then everybody be like, "We're gonna talk after."
Like you, me, in the jet.
Just if you haven't figured it out, this guy's the young buck of the group.
He's silly and unaware of his power set.
Yeah, he's still learning how to be responsible without messing everything up. And it was just like, okay.
Halfway through the movie, or a little bit over halfway, they do the twist where it's like, oh, the Rock wasn't Black Adam at the beginning. It was his son. They kind of do that scene at the beginning. And when I saw that and I heard that, I'm like, is The Rock playing his dad? Because you can't see the face of, like, the old man. Like, you get this vision of this young kid who's trying to, like, rise up against the old leadership. They took over Kahndaq, and they want this medal to make a crown, whatever.
Super crown.
They want to make a super crown out of this super medal, and they're making the people of Kahndaq mine it. And so it's like, who you think is Black Adam tries to rise against them and gets the powers. Turns out it's actually Black Adam's son, Little Black Adam.
Little Black Adam.
And in that scene, you see, like, his dad kind of, like, back him away from the bad military people. And it's like, when you hear him talk, you're like, oh, that's The Rock speaking.
Yeah.
that's Dwayne goddamn Johnson. And I'm like, is The Rock playing his dad right now?
Yeah.
And so I just want to say, fucking called it that it was The Rock.
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch his voice, but I just want to say, when they finally reveal it, it's just so funny seeing The Rock skinny. Like, the
skinny Rock is hilarious.
Skinny Rock is like, because his head looks like it just needs to be on, like, a huge body. I want to know who was The Rock stand-in, who had to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be your double, and The Rock just looks down and goes, haha.
and when they're doing the scene where, like, The Rock's son transfers his powers over to The Rock, the guy who plays The Rock's son as Black Adam plays Young Rock in the TV show Young Rock.
Wait, really?
Yeah. When he showed up, that's why I went over to him like, oh.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Dude, when I saw him, I'm like, holy shit, that's Young Rock from the TV show Young Rock.
Oh, you know.
I haven't seen any of the TV shows. I just know it from, like, ads.
That's all, but honestly, good for. I'm sure The Rock was like, yeah, this kid needs to play my son.
You want to roll, kid?
I'm gonna make your fucking career.
So, just stick by me, son. I know what to do.
No, literally, damn. This movie, hold on. I want to look at my notes. I put because I think they're gonna make a Black Adam versus Superman. I think that's their next blockbuster.
I think they might do, like, Shazam and Superman, maybe. I think
The Rock has, like, come out and been like, I want to fight Henry, because he keeps hyping that up. He keeps being like, there's only one person
that can take on
me, and that's Henry Cavill. So we're possibly gonna go from Batman v Superman, which is one of the most one of the most iffy films,
if you're going off of just, like, the titles of the movie and you're just, like, going along and you're like, okay, Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, like, you go all the way up and then, like, you get to, all right, Black Adam, Superman versus Black Adam. Oh, I guess Superman won in Batman versus Superman.
No, literally. Guess Batman's fucking dead.
Dude, I guess Batman fucking lost. Where's he been?
But I guess Ben Affleck's coming back. Maybe.
So is Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
so is Robert Pattinson. They're all coming back.
Because they need to make a Batman No Way Home, bro.
Batman No Way We Have Parents.
Batman No Way. All of them in a room. Oh, I'm just so sad. I was 8, and now I'm 40. And I'm still in pain. It still hurts.
God.
But they should make a Black Adam versus Predator.
No, you're just saying shit now. Is this your fucking pickle juice bit?
What?
Fucking.
They should make a Black Adam versus Predator. Tell me that wouldn't be. I mean, they made Predator versus Alien. I think Black Adam is. I mean, if Predator needs to like hunt some shit down, Black Adam is a pretty tough guy. We've seen this in this film, so I think.
Okay. I think Black Adam would tear the Predator's head off and be like.
Oh really? I think the Predator would be sneaky, and I think he would have to find because.
I think The Rock will do that Sonic clap thing he did at the beginning of the movie and just wipe his shit out. I think the Predator's got more shit up his sleeve. I also think that if the Predator got that blue rock that like kind of like cut into him, it'd be over. If he had that rock.
If he had that rock, he'd be like.
Which I'll bring up in our verses. If we can find that rock.
Oh, we are.
we win.
We win. We just gotta mine it
we just gotta find it.
We just gotta find it. Now
it doesn't exist in real life.
When we do our verses, can we go to places that are technically not on like regular Earth?
Yeah, fuck it, sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I have a note in here. Why does everyone need a fucking nanohack helmet? Dude! Oh, so the most frustrating part about super suits nowadays is that everything is just like, oh, we need to see the actor's face. Make the fucking helmet CGI so that we could just nanotech it off.
Everything is...
How are you going to make a fucking metal helmet? Nanotech! I don't know how they did it, but they managed to do it like twice. I also just remembered another thing. I feel like they should have used different characters in this movie for the
Justice Society.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like Hawkman and Dr. Fate.
Okay, can we talk about the one thing that pissed me off as a comic book reader with Dr. Fate is the fact that he can just take the helmet off.
Yeah, oh my god, that pissed me off.
That was like, he just took it on and off. I'm like, where's the like?
They even say in the movie, like, when he has the helmet on, it's like a trance. No, he's not. In the movie, he's fucking Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's magical Iron Man. He even has the heads-up display.
No, genuinely. And it just was like, okay, like every like iteration of Dr. Fate that I've ever had is like, it's a man trapped in a mask, but Dr. Fate is just like his own presence, his own being, makes his own choices. And they're just like, yeah, he takes it off. He's kind of like Doctor Strange.
He's just a magical man. It's fine.
He just makes lots of copies.
But he's cursed.
He's cursed. He just dresses really sick.
And then fucking Hawkman uses the helmet without even putting it on.
That didn't make any fucking sense.
I know.
That didn't make any sense. It's like, my friend taught me it. And I was like, what? How? What? You're not even wearing it.
Yeah, you're not wearing the helmet.
You're wearing your nanotech helmet.
It said in the movie that if somebody else touches the helmet, they'll go crazy.
Yeah.
That just didn't make sense.
See, now we're really getting into the bad writing, because I do remember that where they were like, you can't touch it. If you touch it,
and he's just we'll put a blanket over it. I thought that part was funny.
That was funny. And then this guy just picks it up like, you know what? This was my buddy's helmet. Me and the helmet actually have like a mutual understanding.
Maybe since he fucking died, then someone was able to pick up the helmet. Like it wasn't bound to anything.
Right.
But now is it bound to Hawkman?
No, because it fucking just disappeared, and now it's gonna be. They're probably gonna make it go to a random person. It's like, now this person is Dr. Fate because they did sign up for 12 movies.
When they do the Zatanna movie, they'll make it her dad because that's who it was. And then they made it Zatanna.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Also, yeah, another thing about the fucking power scaling in this movie.
Oh my god, doesn't make no sense.
So like, he didn't have trouble taking on anyone in this fucking movie.
Dude, that was a note I wrote. This, like, Black Adam feels like how Superman is used in the Justice League. You have a team of superheroes that are really powerful, and even when they work together, they still can't overcome the big bad until
Superman comes in.
It literally felt like the Justice League movie. Like they like he had to go away. He had to go.
Oh my god, you're so right.
He had to go away, and then they had to bring him back. He was literally like in his own casket thing. It was
they had a basement full of just like people in pods. Who's in that fucking basement?
And well, now we know that the DCEU can just pull any character they want now. But yeah, they did the Justice League bit where basically Black Adam comes, and because he's so overpowered, which, by the way, in the comics, like, I know he's powerful, but
I don't think he should be on the same, like, I get it, The Rock is trying to be like, oh yeah, I want to fight Superman, but also, in my opinion, I don't think strength-wise, Black Adam and Superman are on the same level. The thing that makes Black Adam powerful over Superman is he's magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic is what I'm all about. And then everybody kicks his ass until Superman's like, all right, I've had enough. And then
he's like, I'm actually really powerful, fuck you, and boom.
Yeah. So, like, I get it. I get that Black Adam, with, like we talked, The Rock is making business decisions and knows that Black Adam versus Henry Cavill's Superman return would make $1 million trillion at the box office. But I just feel like Black Adam needs to be humbled. Like, after this movie where everybody's just kind of like fucking with Black Adam and he's the only hope, I'm like, I kind of want him to be humbled.
The ADR in this movie, god awful.
For the people in the audience who don't know, what does ADR mean?
ADR means, so, like, let's say the camera is facing your back and you're talking to another character and the character's just like nodding, reacting. It's when, instead of having the audio that you initially recorded there, you replace it with audio that you record afterwards. So it's it's like, okay, Black Adam's son, just act like you're saying something here. And you're talking to Black Adam, and The Rock's just like nodding his head, and the kid's just like, opening his mouth like, and it's like, okay, you're, with the amount of syllables, you are not actually saying what you were saying. And, like, when they're talking in the olden language, none of the, like, mouth movements matched up at all.
There were soldiers that I thought were just completely dubbed over with somebody else.
100%. The kid at the end when he's like assembling everybody for some reason.
Yeah. What? It was like,
that he sounded so mundane. Like, his acting, like how he acted, it sounded like he was so energetic. He was like, "Guys, we gotta go!" And when he sounded like, "Guys, we gotta go. We gotta assemble."
Everybody line up.
Everybody line up.
It was just like, okay.
But his voices and his action didn't really match, and I don't know why I've been noticing that more. Maybe it's just because I'm looking into that industry more. Right. But it's just like,
no. But I noticed for this film especially, there was like a lot of ADR that you would just be like, okay, why didn't you just use any original audio, any of it?
Yeah, that kind of blends into the... I wrote a note. I think I hate the kid. He's so annoying. He's just, oh, I'm the hip young kid. But they're also like, where is this in the world?
Yeah, like, where, like, why, like, if your country is so messed up, why are you able to get so many cool superhero posters?
Yeah, how do you get superhero posters? How do you get comic books in a... So this movie, the city is supposed to be like grimy and scummy and like a fucking bad city.
Yeah, and then he has your room.
He literally has my room where it's just like filled with action figures and posters and just like superhero memorabilia, and it's just like, how do you get all that stuff when you're in like a fourth world country, like not even third world, just like very like off the map.
And my thing with like that is like they kind of just used the trope that they used in the first Shazam movie of kids being in the DC universe and being like, oh, Batman and Superman are here. I thought it was more tasteful in Shazam because it was like, oh, like they'd wear a Superman shirt or like they'd mention like, you know, Batman and Superman, and it didn't. And then like this one, it was just like, whoa, like, you're a superhero.
We're in the DC universe. We're in the DC universe. We're in the DC universe. Yeah, it's just like flashing neon lights, just like, there are superheroes here.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And then, I don't know. The kid, I didn't hate the kid. And I also don't want to, like, shit on a kid actor because, like, why would, you know.
Nah, fuck him.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
You're doing better than us. So.
That's true. You're actually getting work. You're working with The Rock.
You're working with The Rock. I cannot say shit about you. We work at a retail store.
I totally forgot to mention, this is a fish out of water story. 100%. Like a weird fish out of water story.
Speaking of people who have been fish out of water, I liked this movie better than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, completely different movies, but like also, if you're comparing it to some of the movies that have come out, I would say it's better than that. But yeah, no, fish out of water. He doesn't know much.
Like, he just flies through walls. They make a joke where it's like, do you not have doors?
Yeah, he's like, of course we had doors. And that's how he would get into rooms.
So is is Black Adam just a fucking idiot then?
No, he just like his whole personality is just like, I'm tough and I don't like care.
I kick ass and take names.
Which is like, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're The Rock, of course.
Like, my dad is gonna love this movie.
I think my dad would like it.
Any tough guy is gonna love this movie where a man comes in and basically like does whatever he wants and nobody can stop him. Every man is gonna be like, yeah, dude,
dude, this is a fucking bro. It's a bro movie.
This is a bro movie. Like, dude, Black Adam's the kind of hero I'd be. I'd just throw everybody around and not give a shit. And it's like, okay, well, also, I just feel like like I said, use
your fucking brain.
Sometimes. Like I said in my last podcast, I just hate an OP superhero. I don't like Superman.
Yep.
And then like watching this, I'm like, oh, okay, like Black Adam is
this is how you do a Superman movie wrong.
It's just like, oh, Black Adam is OP and nobody can stop him. Wow, the stakes are high. I wonder if the unstoppable character who is constantly being, compared to being unstoppable is gonna be stopped. Oh, he didn't. Wow.
Well, at least this guy. Well, this guy doesn't have a weakness. Superman at least has a weakness. I don't know. He has a couple weaknesses. He has 2 weaknesses.
Well, Black Adam,
his weakness is family and the word Shazam.
Black Adam's weakness also might be Blue Rock. Whereas Superman...
Oh, no.
And then Superman is Green Rock, and so...
Actually, Superman's a lot of colors of rock. Let's talk about the villain of this fucking movie.
Who?
And now we go on to our versus section. It's literally Satan.
Yeah.
His name sounded very familiar when he actually
I don't remember it.
I don't remember it, but his name sounded familiar.
I could not care about him. I couldn't care.
I was trying to think because like at first I thought his name was like something backwards. Because I know there's a Shazam villain that's just like Shazam backwards. It's Mazish or something like that. Yeah. Mazax or something like that.
Whatever.
But yeah, it's fucking just Satan, and they need this crown to summon Satan. It was really confusing.
Yeah, dude, what is with like all of these DC villains just being guys with horns and armor? It's like all of the big DC villains are just.
You're so right.
I know.
Fucking even in Justice League, both of them. Wonder Woman, the first one.
It was literally he had like fire melty powers of some sort that came from hell or whatever, and then this one, this one
literally has the fucking satanic star like imprinted on his chest.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
My thing is, like, how did he know how to summon him? Because, yes, in the flashback, we show, like, oh, he summoned the powers of Satan, but we learn that's not true. That he actually just fucking kills the guy and, like, takes the crown. Like, how do we know that actually is gonna fucking work? The first time that it works is in modern day when Satan is summoned.
Yeah.
Like, how did he know?
He just was like, oh...
Yeah, it works, sure.
Yeah, it'll do it. I don't care.
Literally, they just needed a villain. They just needed someone
that was quote unquote tough to beat, so that Black Adam could come in and rip him in half and be like, I'm Black Adam and I'm unstoppable. And I'm gonna fight Superman in my next movie. Not Shazam, Superman.
Or the last note I have on here, at least, is the people of Kahndaq look like they're from Florida.
What?
Like,
whoa.
Whoever was doing the costuming is just like, okay, this is supposed to be like a third world country, and they're wearing like Floridian. Like, it feels like The Rock like went, like they were shooting in California, wherever, and he went out to the street and was like, I'm The Rock. You want to be in a movie? And it's like, hell yeah, The Rock. I want to be in a movie. So they just like take fucking people in striped shirts and just like shorts and Florida wear and like.
I feel like you can get that in a third world country. I don't know. I don't know. But like that's so funny that you're like these fuckers are from Florida. Do you
they
know
look like fucking Florida hit.
I feel like Dominic like just has like a fashion thing on like his Pinterest and it's just Florida fashion.
and that's my secret identity. Florida man.
Florida. Do you have any other notes?
I thought the Justice Society was fun. I said The Rock is just being The Rock but dumb. Like his character is just The Rock but dumb.
The Rock but dumb and don't give a fuck.
I feel like The Rock has in his acting career it's either The Rock but smart, The Rock but goofy, and The Rock but dumb. Like those are his three like personalities, and they're all in like. If it's a Venn diagram, they cross really closely. Like, there's no in between.
But he knows how to sell himself.
He knows how to sell himself, and that's how he fucking wins.
Damn.
I think I'm good.
I was gonna say that I feel like Amanda Waller is being used as the Nick Fury of the DCEU,
which I'm fine with. Like,
yeah. And then I think one of my other notes was there are so many slow-mo fights in this.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, Zack Snyder is so influential. Dude, that Black
he
Adam.
Invented slow motion. Did you know that?
Did you know that Zack Snyder invented color grading?
He invented aspect ratio.
Zack Snyder invented sunshots.
He invented edgy characters.
Zack Snyder invented
cinema.
Cinema. I was gonna say like the film camera, but yeah, basically cinema. But there was just so many of like I don't know, just like some CGI slow-mo fights. They were cool. They were fun. It was just like it just became one of those things that I like while I was watching. I was like, oh, here's another slow-mo fight. Everybody's like, whoa.
Not to be weird. I don't know if this is gonna sound weird.
What is Dominic gonna say?
I think fucking CGI artists just need to fucking make a union already. I know that's.
That's a little controversial, guys. I think Dominic's had a few one too many drinks. He wants workers to have rights.
Yeah. You know what? Sorry, my bad. Let's build the wall. No, but like, I'm so sick of CGI. The reason CGI is so used is because they don't have a union, and set builders do. So they actually get paid a living wage, and aren't overworked to the nth degree as CGI artists are. And I just feel like they just need to, and this is going to sound very Republican to me, they just need to fucking grow some balls and fucking, now this is going to sound very liberal of me, make a fucking union.
I think you can be liberal and still tell people to grow some balls. Well,
grow some balls and make a union.
Make a union. I know they want to.
Well, because
I don't know if enough of them are going. I think right now it's like you do need them to unionize because they are so scared of being blacklisted.
Here's my thing. God, this is gonna sound white of me.
Oh,
there's so many of them. There's so many of the CGI artists, and they're kind of being held. Their wages are being held hostage, and they're being overworked. Why don't they just fucking
rise up?
Rise up. I was gonna say rise up.
Maybe
why don't
they just take a message from Black Adam and just rise up
and just rise up against the oppression?
Why? You know what? I think they just need The Rock actually to like come into like.
I think The Rock is anti-union though. He worked for the WWE, so he's definitely anti-union.
The Rock is like, I work for myself.
He's like, I grew so big, I don't need a union.
I am the union.
I am the union.
But we definitely know that The Rock is part of probably the actor SAG guild. So
oh yeah,
he's definitely in a union, or else he would not be getting paid the way he is. So I would say that maybe The Rock
does support unions for himself.
Rock, if you're listening,
yes, it's you, me, some of our Twitter followers, an ex or two of mine, and The Rock.
The Rock. The Rock's like, man, I love the OddWadPod.
He's just on like press tour and he's like, you know, you should listen to the OddWadPod.
The OddWadPod. Those boys work so hard. They are.
No, we fucking don't.
They talk about how they work at that retail store, and I know they're sweating.
And I know that struggle.
He's like,
I work day and night, just like those boys.
I literally don't sleep.
I get 3 hours of sleep.
And that's
just so that I can wake up and work out again.
I work out in my sleep.
I lift while my eyes are closed. I can literally do it while my eyes are closed.
It's something I trained myself to do. It was a trick I learned on Get Smart.
I learned that when I was filming with Kevin Hart. God, fuck Kevin Hart.
Oh my, could you imagine if he came out and he said, fuck Vin Diesel?
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently Vin Diesel's a douchebag anyway. Apparently he's really bad because he's just like very authoritative.
He's very authoritative. I think he comes to set drunk and late.
I find that hilarious.
And then
then he just shows up at the Marvel set and he's like, I am Groot. And then walks out.
And that's a paycheck.
And that's the paycheck. And that's the funds for the next Fast and Furious franchise.
Here's the thing. Has he still been Groot this whole time, or
he's credited at least as Groot.
I feel like that's made controversy. Like, I feel like controversy unscanned. I feel like Vin Diesel has not voiced Groot since the first movie.
James Gunn has said like, yeah, he just comes in and he sounds almost just like the young Groot, and it's like, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You definitely pitch that shit.
Idiots. I feel like they have him come in, do something else, and then when he leaves, they bring in the real voice actor, and they're like,
Vin Diesel's such an enigma to me because he's like, he does Fast and the Furious, and then he does Iron Giant, and then he does Groot.
Yeah,
and it's like, how the fuck? Also, his character's name in Fast and the Furious is Dominic, so that's a win for me, baby.
Yeah, man. He's the guy to be. He's all about family.
I'm all about family, baby. Speaking of family, it's time to fucking fight Black Adam.
Oh,
unless you have any more notes.
I don't really think I do. I talked about the slow-mo fighting, talked about Skinny Rock, talked about... I just thought that his motivation didn't really make any sense. What was his motivation? Because he was so
my son was killed.
But that wasn't even his motivation.
But his son was killed.
But
his son was killed.
But what was his motivation? Because he was so self-absorbed to the point that I was like, dude, if you don't give a fuck about anything, you stand for nothing. What are you like? I
stand for my son being killed.
But he didn't. He didn't. It was over. He was over it. He was like, whatever. He was like, oh, this kid that I just met might die, so I guess I gotta save him.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Since his son died when he his last thing was that his son died.
Yeah.
And now the first thing that he meets is this young kid. He's like, oh, that's my son. And the new son is like, but you should love Kondak. And so now he's like, I should love Kondak. So it's like, that's his motivation.
He's insert motivation here.
Yeah. All right, now let's find a way to fuck Black Adam in the ass.
Oh, we're gonna fuck Black Adam, bro, dude.
So as shown in this movie, we can't shoot him with a gun.
Which is always our go-to.
Well, because it's so easy.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry for burping into the mic, y'all, but...
That's fine. We've had dogs and stuff.
So if we go to... What's the... you've said this town a million times.
Kondak?
Kondak?
It's... I think I spelled it right. It came up Kandaq. Kondak. It should be Kondakwa.
Kondakwa.
But there's no U, so it's Kondak.
Kondak, yeah, so if we go there, if we just teleport there while we have in our 24-hour time span,
if we had the ability to travel between like fictional and real universe, and we could go to Kondak, then yeah, we find like the stupid Eternium.
How since we have 24 hours to prepare, like exactly, like how long do you think we will mine this rock for?
Well, apparently they have a bit of it.
So we just go to, we don't mine it ourselves.
We don't mine it ourselves. Since we know what's happening in the movie, what we do is we find the fucking lady. Yeah. And we'd be like, snatch your necklace and then teleport out of there.
Right.
And then we just melt that into a couple bullets.
No, come on.
And then we shoot Black Adam in the back of the
Swear
head.
to God. I was going to say, like, dude, like, we're facing Black Adam. We need armor. Like, we need to, like,
he tore Satan in half. How are we gonna fucking? What's armor gonna do?
I don't know. Give us at least a shot, because if we fire at him,
you know what will give us a shot? A gun.
Oh my God, Dominic! He's literally faster than a speeding bullet.
That's
like
why we go up to him and be like, "Hey, Black Adam, we're from Kondak."
He
Bam! And then while we're talking,
literally doesn't care. Dominic, he does. Why? Well, the craziest thing you ever said on this podcast was that you could like outsmart the world's greatest detective.
And now he has 0 minutes of prep time, so we just shoot him.
That doesn't matter. People
with a gun.
There's also the idea that you give off bad vibes.
Me? Give off bad vibes? Yeah. Ex-girlfriends, what do you think?
Oh my God.
Do I give off bad vibes?
All right, ex-girlfriend 1, 2, 3.
First remove, second remove, third remove. Do I give off bad vibes? Do I give off bad vibes?
Is Dominic a good person?
Am I a good person? Text me. Do I give off bad vibes?
Oh,
it's fine.
boy.
I cry over all of you.
My God, Dominic.
Just because I'm an emotionally complex character and I need to stay that way.
Oh my God. I don't have anything to say to that, but don't.
I'm fucking wheezing. It's too late for this.
But I think if we went and we got a bunch of the rocks and then melted them down.
If we got a bunch of Dwayne Johnson.
Ooh.
I thought of something.
We cover ourselves in Dwayne Johnson.
What if we... Do you think that's what he does to his wife? Do you think that's what he talks to him about his wife? I'm going to cover you with Dwayne Johnson.
I'm going to cover you with the rock.
I'm going to cover you with the rock.
He really wants to fuck Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm surprised he has a wife, because in every movie that I've seen him in, besides Black Adam, surprisingly, he fucking makes out with someone.
I mean, that's just actors.
That's true.
That's just your job.
I'm a producer. You're a producer on a film. You're like, I think it should be mandated that I make out with this woman.
I don't know.
It's like, aren't you married? I said I demand it.
Spouse. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he hasn't. Oh, no.
He has kids.
He does. Lauren. What the hell? Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, we go to Kondak. We find a bunch of those fucking rocks. But I think as a diversion, we should bring the Rock.
Oh, yeah, the Rock.
The Rock. And then he could be like, that's the character that I've wanted to play.
Oh, so we're getting him. Can we get the Rock like before?
Oh, well, we can like
before he was. Can we get like the Rock in?
You want to get like early Rock? You want to get wrestler Rock?
Let's get past wrestler. Like he just did Get Smart and Doom.
Ew.
And he's like, "Yo, I know you. I'm you." And then Black Adam's like, "What the fuck?" Then we shoot him. Honestly, that might work if we bring in the Rock and then shoot him.
That's what I was thinking. We use him as a diversion. So like we bring in modern day Rock because it's like, oh, that's him. They look the exact same because the Rock is jacked. So it's just like, and we prep him beforehand. We're like, okay, we're gonna be teleported into a, like we explain the whole situation. We're gonna be teleported into a floating baseball field in the middle of space. And we're gonna have to kill Black Adam, because we talked about him on a podcast.
Dominic, why do we kill everybody the same? This isn't even like a death battle. This is just an execution.
Well, because
this is literally us. Like, how can we manipulate these people until we shoot them in the head every time?
Because I don't think we could take these people on in a gladiatorial fight.
So we just manipulate them until they're confused enough that we shoot
they'll
them
take
in
a
the
bullet
head.
in the head. I think that's how we are. We're cunning
we are
enough.
Psychopaths, Dominic. We are literally following a structure of how we kill people. Like, literally.
Well, at least
we are Dexter. We are literally Dexter because he has to only
if they find the bodies that I've hidden somewhere. With this new car I'll get, it'll be much easier. Because I can go fast.
If you are Dominic's ex-girlfriend, he has some very complicated emotions about you all, so please hide.
They're all good emotions. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to kill anybody, but I'm forcing the situation. I don't want to murder. However, if Black Adam is in front of me in the middle of this floating baseball field, I'm like, I'm going to die. If I don't do something about this.
What did we do to him? We talked about him on a podcast.
We talked shit about him on a podcast.
We said his movie was mid.
I think The Rock is just like, he has a fantasy of being Black Adam and fighting Superman. And I feel like that's every nerd's dream. Not Black Adam fighting Superman, but putting people up. That's like the Goku versus Superman. The fucking Sonic versus the Flash. That's what this death battle is. It's taking two formidable beasts, us versus whoever we're fucking talking about.
Yeah, we're insane. You do not want to fuck with us.
Yeah, especially with 24 hours of prep time. and we know you.
And you don't know us, and you don't even know.
And you don't know the situation.
And that this is happening.
Yeah.
That you're going to be teleported randomly.
Into a floating baseball field.
That you'll be executed on after we manipulate you.
Yeah, but in my little vision in my brain, it's like, okay, after we kill them, they get reborn into their universe where they are alive and good.
Dominic, do you know how death works? Dominic, do you
know how floating baseball fields work?
Do you understand the concept of people not coming back?
Yeah, I know that. I watched Justice League. Superman died and then he came back. And I feel like that's how I think eventually what will happen is we'll get to when we talk about Superman and we have to fight Superman.
Right.
I feel like what happens is after he dies in Batman versus Superman, he goes to our baseball field. And then we have to kill him to bring him back in Justice League.
Dominic, what the fuck are you talking about?
I feel like whenever a character dies in media, they get teleported into our baseball field for us to kill them, to bring them back and resurrect them.
That is so overtly that's
genius. I know.
That's so unnecessary. Like, why do they have to come to our baseball field?
Because I need us to be important and essential to all of our favorite characters' stories. This is just a fan fiction, Kyle.
You're really worrying.
I'm worrying myself. I'm a
You
worried
want to
person.
manipulate your favorite characters that have impacted you and then shoot them in the face because
no, back of the head. I don't want to see. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them.
Turn around. Just turn around.
Peter Parker.
Think of the rabbits.
Turn around. Okay. True shit. I feel like if we fight Spider-Man, if we just go up to me like, Peter, I'm your young Uncle Ben. Turn around. He'd do it, and then we shoot him, and then we win, and we send him back.
Jesus Christ! Why do you think everybody is so gullible? Like, everybody's like, oh.
I don't think people are gullible. I think we're convincing.
Roll for dexterity. Roll for alchemy.
Roll for intelligence.
Yeah, roll for intelligence.
All right. I think. Ooh, maybe that's how we should do this segment.
Yeah.
Where we like roll to see like how good we are and shit.
I think that would be better because this way,
we don't just shoot everyone in the back of the head. I get it. I get it. You don't want to have fun. You just want to be a nerd and roll dice.
I don't want you to get involved in any criminal activities because they're gonna listen to this podcast and be like, "Huh."
Hey, the only criminal activities I'm gonna be involved in are stealing from the rich and giving to the poor because I'm such a good person.
Dominic's going to be in like a Netflix docuseries.
This podcast is going to be in a Netflix docuseries.
I know.
I can't wait for this to be
because The Rock is going to kill us.
He's going to be executive producer. He's going to be like, yeah, I killed him. Because they were talking shit. They said my movie was mid. All right. I think that's the end of our show.
I think that's the
end.
We
win, obviously, because we win every time.
Of course.
We find whatever the character's weakness is, we exploit it, and then we shoot him in the back of the head.
Our strategy is impeccable.
I'm just saying we haven't lost yet, except that one time where we were lazy about it.
Yeah, and we were just like, yeah.
Where we were recording for 3 hours and we were just like, yeah, fuck it.
Honestly, we were smart to do that because we would just die.
We would have fought Superman. That's all I'm saying. Kryptonite bullet to the back of the head. We win. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, this is the end of the podcast. Thank you all for listening. If you want to follow us, we have a Twitter at OddWadPod. We have like 14 followers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give us a follow on Apple Podcasts and also give a good review because apparently that helps. The last episode got really shit, like analytics.
Because I wasn't there, so.
That's true. Everyone missed Kyle, and I think I missed Kyle.
I
think that's what was important.
I was hanging out with Stephen King and eating lobster. I'm so sorry.
Damn, you rich fool. And then if you want to email us for any reason, I'm not checking the email this time, at oddwad@gmail.com.
Damn, we got an email now.
Well, if anybody wants to suggest anything or like, sponsors, whenever we get popular enough to get sponsors, which is going to be like episode 2000 from now.
If we are not sponsored by Keeps, I don't want it.
You don't want to be sponsored by NordVPN or whatever it is?
Oh my, NordVPN.
That's fine. No, we love NordVPN.
We love NordVPN. We love it.
We love all brands that will sponsor us.
Any brand. Literally any brand.
I think this is the end. You're probably not seeing this on a Monday because I'm going to be at work in the morning, and as soon as Kyle leaves, I am falling asleep. So
I never listened to the
That's fine, just because we're rambling now. Nothing is happening now. Yeah. If anybody's listening to this, no, you're fucking not. You're lying. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good night, day, whatever.
Goodbye.
Bye.